From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the morning news for December 2nd, 2025. These are the stories we are covering at this hour. The White House said Monday that a Navy admiral acted within his authority and the law when he ordered a second follow-up strike on an alleged boat in the Caribbean Sea in a September U.S. military operation that has come under bipartisan scrutiny. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt offered the justification for the September 2nd strike as lawmakers announced there will be congressional review of the U.S. military strikes against vessels suspected of smuggling drugs in the Caribbean and the eastern Pacific Ocean. The lawmakers cited a published report that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth issued a verbal order for a second strike that killed survivors on the boat. Navy Vice Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley, who Leavitt said ordered the second strike, is expected to provide a classified briefing Thursday to lawmakers overseeing the military. Turning the news from Canada, Canada has joined a major European Union defense fund, Prime Minister Mark Carney's office said Monday, as the country looks to diversify its military spending away from the United States. The plan allows Canadian defense companies access to a €150 billion EU loan program known as the Security Action for Europe, or SAFE. That would allow Canadian firms to secure cheap EU-backed loans to procure military equipment. Canada's participation in SAFE will fill key capability gaps, expand markets for Canadian suppliers, and attract European defense investment into Canada, Carney said in a statement. Canada is the first non-EU country to gain access. Carney has said he intends to diversify Canada's procurement and enhance the country's relationship with the EU. He has previously said that no more will over 70 cents of every dollar of Canadian military capital spending go to the United States. In U.S. news, a man charged with the killing of a University of Mississippi graduate who was prominent in the LGBTQ+ community pleaded guilty on Monday to second-degree murder and tampering charges as he faced a second trial. Sheldon Timothy Harrington Jr. entered the plea in the death of Jimmy J. Lee, who disappeared from Oxford, where the university is located, in July 2022. Harrington was arrested 2 weeks later and eventually charged with capital murder. A judge declared a mistrial last year when jurors failed to reach a verdict after more than 9.5 hours of deliberation. At the time of the trial, Lee's body had not been found, but a judge had declared him dead. In February of this year, deer hunters stumbled upon Lee's skeletal remains in a wooded area, according to Mississippi Today. During the first trial, prosecutors claimed Harrington, who was not openly gay, killed Lee after the two had a sexual encounter. And in Pennsylvania news, Pennsylvania transportation officials are urging drivers to avoid unnecessary travel as a winter storm is expected to bring heavy wet snow overnight Monday into Tuesday, potentially affecting morning and afternoon commutes. The storm will bring up to 6 inches of snow accumulation in some areas, with snowfall rates of 1/2 to 3/4 inch per hour expected and up to 1 inch per hour in some locations, according to the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation and Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission. In southeast Pennsylvania, snow will transition to sleet and freezing rain before changing to rain. In the Lehigh Valley and Warren County, a winter weather advisory updated Monday afternoon from the National Weather Service says to expect mixed precipitation from 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. Tuesday, total snow accumulations of up to 2 inches and ice accumulations around a light glaze are possible. In a forecast update Monday afternoon, the Weather Service predicts a 60 to 90% chance of plowable snow, 2 inches or more, along and north of I-78 and into the Pocono Mountains. And we will continue to share road updates and weather conditions throughout the day as circumstances warrant. That's the news for this hour. If you are watching our news videos on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our channel. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area snowy weather forecast here on PEP Radio.